finally guys, I passed all these challenges in this new zone operation mode. I must admit that it was not really easy, it literally took me the whole day, but looking at the rewards, it was worth that. In my previous video, I helped you to pass the first 5 challenges, challenge 1-5 without debuffs. Logically, I want to continue these guides for challenges, and in this video, I will help you to pass challenge 6-10. Again, without debuffs, in case if someone's struggling to pass them. For those who are struggling to pass them with all active debuffs, don't worry guys, I will make another guide. I will make guide only for the hardest challenges, like challenge 6, 8. So guys, subscribe my channel to not miss this guide, or maybe this guide is already out. Just visit my channel to see that. Okay guys, let's start from challenge 6, for which I'm using only Excellent Kunai and Excellent Full Metal Suit. At first, this challenge looks not really hard, and you guys will need best skills against bosses, like Destroyer, Whistle Arrow, Quantum Ball, but besides that, we'll need to survive waves, and the best way to survive waves is Defender. From supply skills, of course we'll need EO for your weapon skills, but besides that, I highly recommend you to choose Ruin Suit and Power Bullet. The first minutes are not really hard to survive, but we need to prepare ourselves with the fight with the first boss. I recommend you to focus more on Kunai, try to make Shuriken, and Voodoo Gate if you'll get drones, and will make Power Bullet at least 2 stars. At the first boss, we'll have Guardian Robot, which with low stats is not really easy to beat. Voodoo Gate if you'll have 1 or 2 sticks of ham. Anyway, you need to be escaping from projectiles most of the time. The next minutes are not really hard to survive either, you just need Guardian at least 3 stars. In these minutes, keep focusing on skills best against bosses, make Shuriken. From supply skills, Wood Brigade if you'll make Ruin Suit at least 3 stars, it will help you to survive against next bosses. To easily survive against next bosses will be kinda problematic, but to do that, you just need to circle around them. Circle around them and of course avoid projectiles. If you were focused on the right skills, it will not take you a lot of time to beat them. To survive the last minutes, you need to make Defender, and it's very important to stay still to not collect biofuel. If you'll stay still, if you'll not collect biofuel, the next hack will help you to easily defeat the final bosses. When bosses will appear, pick up a magnet, and while you're choosing skills, you'll be immune to death and will be doing damage to these bosses. It will help you to do some damage to them. To easily avoid bullets, stay closer to walls. All this together will help you to pass challenge 6. If it still will be hard to survive for you, choose Fitness Guide. Fitness Guide in combination with Ruin Suit are best skills for surviving. For the next challenge, challenge 7, I'll use the same equipments, Excellent Kunai and Excellent Full Metal Suit. In this challenge, you can die without oxygen, so pay attention to oxygen bar unless you have Astral Forge Eternal Gloves. For this challenge, I recommend you to choose the same skills as for previous challenge. From the first minutes, besides choosing the right skills, focus more on Guardian, try to make Defender. By the way guys, you can hide from elites behind oxygen stations, in case if you'll have problems with them. The first boss will be very easy to beat, there's nothing to tell you, you just need to avoid its projectiles. In the next minutes, I recommend you to make Defender as fast as you can, or at least have Guardian 4-5 stars. Believe me, it will help you a lot to survive. But besides that, you need to prepare yourself with the fight with the next bosses, so you will need Shuriken. To easily defeat these bosses, again you can use that hack I told you before. To easily avoid all projectiles would be great if you have grenades, and of course stay down to avoid most of them. In the last minutes, if you have Defender, it will not be really hard to survive, you will need to prepare yourself with the fight with the next bosses. Focus more on skills against bosses, on Power Bullet and Ruin Suit. Perfectly, you need to evolve all of them. To easily avoid all these bullets, stay or above or below these bosses. And Voodoo Gate if you'll have some biofuel and stick of hams, it will help you to restore your health. All this together will help you to pass the next challenge, challenge 7. Again guys, another challenge where the hardest part are final bosses. To pass the next challenge again guys, I use the same equipments, Excellent Kunai and Excellent Full Metal Suit. From skills we have no changes, still the same skills. In the first minutes, besides choosing the right skills, very important is to focus on Kunai and Guardian. Guardian, you need to survive waves to dodge bullets, and Kunai, you need to beat the first boss, which is not really easy to beat. So guys, at the first boss we'll have Guardian Rabbit. If you're lucky with Kunai, it will be not really hard to beat him, especially with drones. The hell will start after you beat this boss, because after beating this boss we'll have soldiers which shoot a lot of bullets. To dodge them all, at least most of them, you need Guardian 3-4 stars. If you'll not have it, you'll have a lot of troubles and most likely you will die. So during these minutes you need to make Defender as fast as you can. After you'll make it, you'll not have problems with mobs. After you'll make it, focus more on skills best against bosses, on Power Bullet and Ruin Suit. The next boss from one side is hard to beat, but if you'll stay close to fans, it will be way easier for you. You could notice that straight spikes cannot be close to fans. Only case when you need to run from there, when you have a circle of spies. Not really hard boss even on this map. In the last minutes, you need to focus more on skills best against bosses, on Ruin Suit and Power Bullet. At the final boss we have Captain, so would be great if you'll have some biofuel on the battlefield and stick of hams, at least one. It will help you to survive, especially with Ruin Suit 5 stars. If it's still hard for you to survive, choose Fitness Guide. And as you can see guys, all this together will help you to pass the next challenge, Challenge 8. The next challenge, Challenge 9, is so hard that I had to use my Void Breaker gloves. If you don't have them, use Army gloves, but you need epic Army gloves. To pass the challenge with low stats, you need little different skills as for previous challenges. Defender is not needed here, Guardian 5 stars will be enough to survive all waves. Other weapon skills must be best skills against bosses. And guys, if you cannot survive all waves with Guardian 5 stars, you will need Quantum Ball. I personally made it because with my attack with my equipments it was not enough. From supply skills, you need Power Bullet, Ruin Suit and Fitness Guide, unless your stats are really good. In this case, Fitness Guide is not needed. At the first boss we'll have Manager, but this boss has little health, so it's not really hard to beat him. It literally will take you a few seconds to defeat this boss. To survive the next minutes will not be really hard. I recommend you to focus more on skills best against bosses, try to make Shuriken. What really will help you to survive if you have problems with second bosses is Ruin Suit 3 stars. Of course in combination with Fitness Guide, at least 1-2 stars. The best way to survive here against these bosses, as in case with most bosses, is to circle around them. By the way guys, you need a good speed to escape from that Scorpion boss. To survive the last minutes, the last waves, I mean these ones, you need Guardian with Power Bullet High Star and Quantum Ball. During these minutes, try to make your Ruin Suit and Fitness Guide and Power Bullet 5 stars. You need them to survive during the fight with the final bosses. Also, would you get if you have some biofuel on the battlefield and stick of hams. Unfortunately guys, there's no good strategy, it's really hard to avoid all these projectiles. But as you can see, it's possible without super high attack. And I made it only with one S equipment, with only one excellent S equipment. Here we go guys, the last challenge which is available for us, Challenge 10. For this challenge I am not using S equipments, but all my equipments are excellent. From skills, you need Guardian to survive all waves. Other weapon skills must be best skills against bosses. I also recommend you to choose to make Quantum Ball. From supply skills, you offer your weapon skills, Ruin Suit and Power Bullet. In the first minutes, besides choosing the right skills, try to kill more of these flowers because they drop golden and blue bar fuel. Plus, focus more on skills best against bosses, especially try to make Shuriken. At the first boss we have Papillon. This boss is not really hard to beat. If you have problems with avoiding projectiles, keep a great distance from this boss. What is important guys, after defeating this boss, focus more on skills best against bosses. Don't care about that Guardian. If you'll have 3 stars, it will be enough to survive these minutes. In these minutes would be great if you will not collect your biofuel, it will help you with the fight with the next bosses. These bosses probably the hardest part in this challenge, it took me over 3 minutes to defeat them. Most of the time you need to circle around them. From time to time, I bet you'll be receiving some damage, that's why you need buy fuel on a battlefield. It will restore your health. By the way guys, on my second channel you'll find full videos of all these challenges. In case if you want to watch a full video of a certain challenge. The link I'll leave in description of this video. The last minutes are not really hard to survive, would be great if you'll have Defender. Guys, almost forgot to tell you, do not collect your buy fuel and stay close to a magnet, because at minute 9 you'll have this annoying elite. Pick up a magnet when you'll have this elite, and while you're choosing skills, you will defeat him. The final boss, especially for those who already passed chapter 100, you know guys, is not really hard to beat. Besides best skills against bosses, you just need a good speed. That's why I told you to make Quantum Ball. Okay guys, in my next video I'll help you to pass the hardest challenges with all active debuffs. Do not miss that video, you know what to do. Subscribe my channel and would be great if you will like this video, it helps me to make a better content for you.
Game over.